Okay, good morning, folks. Good morning. Please silence your conversations. Buddy blocks and plants cheese for the park incident. Please silence your conversations or take them out back. Please turn down your cell phones. I'd appreciate it. This is your operational briefing for the park incident, July 31st. Your incident objectives are on page 1. They have not changed. In your current situational update, night operation Jed Gaines.
All right, good morning. Overall, yesterday was a good day, fairly quiet fire activity-wise. Starting down in branch 5, the fire line looks really good. We continue to improve and mop up along the edge. Our biggest focus in branch 5 yesterday was out in Cohasset, trying to mitigate any hazard trees and continue to mop up. There's a lot of heat still with ash pits out there that we're trying to get secured for the structure before we repop there. Moving up into branch 10, on the south end of branch 10 is still looking really good. All that's a good control line, continue to mop up. The north end of branch 10 from 36 down to Mill Creek, we got crews in there going direct. It's really hard. The travel times are very long. Logistically, it's getting hard to support, so they're working on a different plan to get folks out there and possibly sticking them out there for a couple of days out there to get that piece buttoned up direct on that north end of branch 10. Branch 12, north of 36, that little finger that squirted out the other day, the crews are going direct on that. We had a dozer in there last night. The dozer tipped over on its side. Non-injury was moved out, so they got to get that uprighted today. Moving over, the rest of branch 12 looking real good. It's hung up still in Battle Creek, and they are continue to go direct in there and try to get that piece buttoned up. Over on the branch 12, branch 15 break down on Little Giant Mill Road. Crews are continuing to go direct on that, trying to keep that in check. Branch 15 working on contingency plans out and around Mineral, and we're still trying to line up where we're going to pinch this thing off between branch 15 and branch 20. Still a lot of heat out and established in Mill Creek and Deer Creek drainages out there. Branch 20, everything's looking really good along the 32 corridor. Mopping up that 150-acre, 120-acre slop in there that happened the other day on Humboldt and 32. Still a lot of heat, but we had a good day, got good mop up in there. The firing up that we did is all secured, tied in, and mopping up along the road. A lot of hazard trees and rollout where the firing up we did comes down onto 32, so a lot of work in there still. Branch 25, looking really good as well with the repop in there. Just controlling the perimeter, mopping up as far as we can in and around the structures, and everything all in there, all in all, is looking really good. Have a good day.
Weather, Jeff Tonkin.
Good morning. Smoke continues to dominate the fire environment, the concentration and location of that smoke. And if you notice this morning, a little smokier down here in Chico overnight. Smoke spread out concentrically and then kind of drifted down south toward Chico. So today we expect more widespread smoke and a little thicker on the Butte zone. Heaviest concentration of smoke will still be across branch 15 and branch 12 and to some extent branch 20. But tonight we're going to see some southeast smoke transport winds start to push a lot of the smoke back across to the northwest. So by tomorrow, we should see higher concentrations of smoke across the northwest side of the perimeter here, getting into Redding and Red Bluff. For today, with all the widespread smoke, we should see much lighter winds. So generally, south and southwest and southeast winds about the 4 to 8 mile per hour range, and really low gusts in the afternoon, perhaps getting up to about 10 or 12 miles per hour. So fairly light winds today, but we're going to continue to see a trend upward in temperatures. Definitely starting tomorrow, more abrupt increasing temperatures tomorrow and decreasing relative humidity.
Fire behavior, Scott Weiss.
So we heard the IMED talk a lot about smoke. Smoke shading on this fire, it's going to keep temperatures cooler, and it's going to be more stability near the surface. However, I do think that once late afternoon comes, there is a chance for this fire to pick up. So if you see clear skies or the fire stand up, you're going to see changes out there. So for a safety standard, don't be complacent when working on areas that can be reburned. Just expect that if things start picking up, if the smoke starts clearing, we're going to see increased fire behavior with possible spotting. There's still a lot of fire intensity in there, especially the drainages, Antelope Creek, Mill Creek, and Deer Creek. The fire has been continuously running the drainages. It runs the south slope of the drainages, and it runs on the ridges. So there's still a lot of fire intensity out there. Our burn window, because of that smoke shading, is going to be a lot smaller. We're not going to see that increased fire behavior as long as you will on other days. So it's going to be advantageous for us. We're also going to have good moisture recoveries tonight. But tomorrow will be an increase in fire behavior, and every day after that, longer burn windows, poor nighttime recoveries, and we're possibly going to see those plume developments increase throughout the day. Please open up your IEPs and look at the fire behavior forecast and brief your crews on that.
Safety, David Morrison.
Good morning. Today's safety products are on page 8 and 9 of your IAP. Please use those products to brief your crews prior to any work beginning out on the line. Traffic. Repopulation is occurring in a lot of areas that we have operations in. So with that, there's going to be a increase in public vehicles and heavy equipment all competing for the same space of road. So be alert, drive defensively, and plan for extended delays while you travel up and down those roads. Complacency. Changes are occurring quickly to weather, work locations, and your assignments. Be alert, be ready for those changes, and be ready to adjust as they occur. Thank you.
If you're in the back, if you reduce your conversation, I'd appreciate it. Operations, Mark Brunton.
Good morning. A lot of fantastic work's been done on this fire. We've had some days of really good weather that's helped us out to go direct, put together really good plans, start taking on and eating this elephant one bite at a time. Okay, a lot of challenges out there, regardless with the change in the weather, and this thing is a beast. So as we're moving forward in the week, we see more and more challenges coming on in regards to our weather. And we're aware of that. We prepare for that. And we've had this opportunity to jump on this thing and take advantage of those opportunities. And today is one of those days of opportunity to get in there, and your leadership, your ops team has put together some very good plans, good strategy and tactics, and we're going to tackle that. Every day we've been challenged as our plans are moving forward, our operations moving forward. We've been getting those spot fires, and you guys have been reacting to those fantastic and taking care of those and keeping those from growing larger. That is commendable. That is a difficult task to do. We only have a finite amount of resources, and you're utilizing them wisely, and you're putting together working well and putting together a good solid plan. Focus. That's going to be the key today, is focus. All right? We've got this opportunity. Let's build on our successes. Let's focus on the plan that's been set forth. Let's focus on our alternatives. Focus on a PACE model, because we have this small window to really have a big impact. Focus on sound strategy and tactics in your plan. And most importantly, focus like a champion today.
Air Operations, Matt Stanford.
Good morning. This morning, you can see the air around you. You can see the aircraft may not be able to fly early this morning, but just because what you see here doesn't mean they're not able to get out in other areas. We have 2 air attacks, 2 tankers, and 1 Type 1 tanker and 1 ASM available this morning. The Helco or air attack will be going up first at 0800 this morning to check the air, and one will either call for the other, or we'll maybe only use helicopters this morning. Whichever way it works, we'll have aircraft out there for you. We have 2 zones. We have the Butte zone and Tehama zone. In the Butte zone, with over 40 helicopters on this fire, we have helicopters available to you from the Chico helibase with 2 Helcos. From the Tehama helibase, we have over 32 helicopters available to you. 28 of those are water dropping. We have 3 night helicopters that are available for night shift. We have a daytime hoist, which is our Firehawk, Copter 606. We have Guard 840 for night. That gives us fire suppression and rescue activity for 24 hours a day on this incident. PG&E will be flying at 0600 till 8 a.m. in the morning. If you need to look up the air assets, please look at page 6 66, 67, and 68. And we have 2 mobile retardant plants in service. Have a good day.
Communications, Tom Webb.
Good morning. Today is a clone day. Come and get cloned today, please, both zones. We have 4 zones we're going to put in your radios today to include all the NIFC system plans that we're going to in the future. Come and get cloned. You have to come and get cloned. There's special frequencies not in the state load. I'll say it one more time. You have to come and get cloned. For today, CDF Command 2, tone 10 or 11 is your command frequency. Command 10 works better in the Tehama zone. Command 11 works better in the Butte zone as a rule. But as you move around the incident, as you go around a bend in the road, you might have to change tones and that other repeater might cover that. Remember that for when we go to the NIFC system. If you have any questions, come and see us. Oh, one last thing, air to ground change for the Butte zone this morning, which drove the need to clone. Air to ground 15 is our air to ground command. Air to ground tactical is the same frequency. We'll get those are in the clone, so come and get that clone one more time. If you have any questions, come see us in the comm unit in the respective base camps. Make it a safe shift.
Medical, Chris Urey.
Good morning. Today's medical plan's on page 71 in your IAP. At the bottom of the 206 is the reporting instructions for any line emergencies that you may have. Follow those instructions and we'll get you the help that you need. Please brief your crews on those procedures in your morning breakouts and your briefings this morning. We'll have fireline medics, RIMS teams, and dedicated ALS ambulances out on the line for you today. We also have CalMat and MERT both here in the Butte base and also at the Tehama base. If you have any issues, you can come see myself in the medical unit right next door or the medical unit leader at the Tehama base. Have a safe shift.
Logistics, Steve Doman.
Good morning. If you turn to page 81 in your IAP, you'll find the logistics message for both the Tehama base and Butte base with your service hours and hydration locations. For resources assigned to the Butte base, refer to pages 85 and 87 for your facility map and ground support unit leader or ground support locations. For resources assigned to the Tehama base, refer to page 88 for your facility map and resource and ground support locations. For both the Butte and Tehama base on page 82, you're going to find a supply and ground support message. Ground support is set up and available for your repair and maintenance needs, including your level B services at 5,000 miles. And additionally, as a reminder, for any durable items left out on the line, we require a CAL FIRE 101 form signed by your division before you come back into supply to resupply your needs. Thank you.
Training, Sean Wilson.
Training specialists are available at both Butte and Tehama bases today. We currently have over 450 trainees on the park incident, but only we need about 300 of those have not checked in to training yet. So if you're a trainee on the incident or you have a trainee underneath you, make sure they come by the training office at either camp to check in. On page 72, today's IAP lists where those locations are, as well as which documents you need to bring by the training office. If you have any questions, just come by and see us. Thank you.
Information, Blanca Mercado.
Good morning. If you could please turn to page 73 in your IAP. I have the most recent numbers for your incident status box if you're clear to copy. We have acreage at 389,791. That's 389,791. Containment is at 18%. That's 18. Total personnel is at 5,849. That's 5,849. Just to the right of the page, you'll see 2 QR codes. The first one's the California State Penal Code that allows the media to enter scenes of a disaster. The one just below that is our CAL FIRE social media policy. Please become familiar with both. We are collecting photos and videos. Come see us. Our trailers at the entrance of base camp. We do have a few items in lost and found. If you were driving a white pickup truck and lost a duffel bag, we have it. We also have a couple communication devices and credit cards, and a large box of fire engine parts. Mail service is available. Please utilize the example at the bottom of the page for your shipping label. Have a safe shift.
Liaison, Zach Hamill.
Good morning. We're still looking for cooperators, agency representatives, and stakeholders to check in with the liaisons. We have liaisons at both bases. Additionally, we are hosting a cooperators meeting at 10 a.m. and it's simulcast between the both bases. So if you're in Tehama base, you can go to the Tehama room. If you're at the Butte base, you can go to the Harvest Hall. Thank you.
At Finance, Roger Rains.
Good morning. The finance section in the Tehama zone is located in the metal building next to the briefing area. If you're here in the Butte zone, we're in the metal building just past the plans building here. Couple of notes this morning. If you're a local government agency or OES, please check in at both zones, wherever you're assigned, with the OES rep. In the Tehama zone, the OES trailer's out by the front gate. Here in the Butte zone, it's just back over here past the light post in the middle of the travel area over here. Shift tickets. If you're line leadership, that includes division group soups, strike team leaders, staging area managers. We need you to assign those things and get them into finance in either area, either zone. Also, you can sign the federal shift tickets and CTRs, and we need to make sure you're doing that. If you're a federal employee or a federal contracted resource, we have a process set up now in both zones. Please see the second page of our finance message, and the whole finance message starts on page 75. Have a great day.
All right, good morning, folks. My name is Gwendolyn Ozard, Planning Section Chief for the Park Fire. We are going to provide Tehama Zone specific briefing information for folks here at the Red Bluff Base Camp. Stay where you are until we complete this second part of the briefing. Next up, roll call and division assignments.
Good morning, Julie Rhodes with Resources.
And Kent Cunningham, Operations for the Tehama Zone.
Starting with Branch 10, Chapman. Here. Tehama Delta, Tucker. Echo, Schmidt. Here. Hotel, Harris. Here. Juliet, Wetstein. Here.
Okay, Chappie, this is starting to look really good down here in the south end. Tehama Hotel in Antelope Creek has given us some trouble. Let's get the helicopters up there early, start checking it up so that our crews can continue to cut that. We're flying crews in here today. Do not be delayed getting out there to Red Bluff Helibase. Up in Tehama Juliet, good work tying it into the 36 yesterday, completing what you guys started. Continue to mop that up, continue to hold that left shoulder.
Branch 12, Batham. Tehama Lima, Quigley. November, Volmer.
Okay, Mike, the head of the fire here. We've been working on it for a couple days. We're getting some good successes in there. We need to finish it today. There's 1,000 feet that still needs to be tied in on Tehama November. That's a priority, get that completed. Tehama Lima, we have that dozer on the side. 9142 Lima is going to help you go in there and get it upright. We're also going to put some MRB mud in there with helicopters coming around in that brush field to help you hold it as the dozers continue to come around. Continue to make sure we have that pace model in place. Go direct, have your alternate, continue to open up the contingency, and then Manton Road is our emergency.
Branch 15, De Graffenried. Thornock. Tehama, Quebec, Krill. Uniform, McCurtis. Whiskey, Miguel.
Okay, Gino, really tough, nasty country in there. You guys have been in there for a couple days. We've got a great plan going on. Continue to push direct in there while simultaneously getting our contingency line in. If we're unsuccessful going direct, we have that contingency in place, but keep plugging, keep going our way. You've been getting smoked into the late afternoons. Make sure we're at a high point. As soon as that smoke clears, let's start getting the aircraft in there.
For contingency, Asadas. Tehama Contingency, Morris. Tehama Group 3, Pamatz. Shasta Contingency, Fields. Shasta Group 5, Konichek.
Okay, Dino, Tehama, and Shasta Contingency. We're doing great lines. We're getting them on the map. We hope they don't come into play, but if they have to come into play, we need to make sure that they're bulletproof and that we can hold something on there. Continue the great work. Make sure it gets on the map. Make sure it's a coordinated effort. Thank you.
Communications.
Good morning, Mike Heffron, Commune Leader, Incident Management Team 4. Please turn to page 69 of your IAP. So as you heard today will be a clone day. The latest version is version 4. Cloning is available over there. I'd like to talk about the cloning plan right now. So, line leadership. If you've been identified that you would like one of your mobile radios cloned, you went off to this area behind us, and you were identified with an orange flag. That orange flag will be around your mirror. If we were able to program one of your mobiles, there will now be a blue flag around your mirror. If you still have an orange flag around your mirror, that means that we were unable to program your radio due to its brand or some other issue. If you left your HT in your vehicle, we will clone it there. For HTs, everyone, once again, cloning will be over there. If you are line leadership and your HT is not cloned yet, please come off to the right, identify yourself as line leadership, and we will clone your radio. Today there will be a roll call at about noon for the NIFC system. They're still testing the NIFC system, so around lunch today, if you can listen up on NIFC, they'll try to do a roll call. Thank you and have a good shift.
Logistics.
Good morning, Jesse Morris, Logistics. And just in case you missed it this morning, on page 88 of your IAP is our facility map for Tehama Camp. On page 81 is the service schedule. And as a reminder, the SAC lunches are 24-hour lunches, so it's one per person. Please continue to follow the traffic plan through camp, park in the designated areas, and sleep in the designated areas. And runners are available for line orders and for backhaul. Have a safe shift. Thank you.
A few reminders for folks. At the conclusion of briefing, please go to your division breakouts. They are posted around the briefing area. If you're unassigned, please go to the unassigned table. It is where you grabbed your IEPs this morning. Tango Delta is to your left, and the divisions wrap all the way around the briefing area, ending with contingency on your right. All Tehama Zone resources will be reporting to this base camp here in Red Bluff. Do not report back to the Butte Zone and the base camp in Chico. Our next cooperators meeting is today at 1000 hours in the Tehama room. Our next planning meeting is tonight at 1700 hours. And our next operational briefing will be here tomorrow at 0700 hours, same time, same place. Closing comments, Incident Commander.
All right, good morning, everybody. Bob Counts, one of the incident commanders. As you heard, the weather is continually getting hotter and drier. This fire continues to challenge us, specifically in branches 12 and 15, but really all over the fire. We need to have a plan in place and be prepared when the smoke clears and this thing stands up. We need to take the opportunities given to us during the morning and overnight hours where we have good opportunities to put line in. With that, have a safe shift. Thank you.
That will conclude our operational briefing. Please go to your division breakouts and remember to turn your cell phones and radios back on. Thank you.